Hey, and I'm with. I want to call you my best
Are
friend.
you okay? Are you?
Not my best friend, but a friend.
Oh, nothing. Just watching the Bible reading project.
Oh, good, good. Well, welcome back. It is Friday. I like that,
Friday.
man. You started watching the
I
Bible
have. I
reading
was
project.
watching it.
How did you think it's going? How am I doing?
You're doing really good job.
Good, good.
And so is Uncle Phil. He's
Yeah,
doing
man.
good.
Thank you, Ryan, for watching the Bible reading. Friday, Lil Pooh was in the old studio yesterday.
Yeah.
And he brought it, man.
Yeah, he
Lil
did.
Pooh won $70, but something happened that I had to apologize. We had to call Lil Pooh back.
Yep.
Because what happens when you lose?
You have to eat a Think Bar.
Joey, bring Lil Pooh back in, if you will. I just totally forgot to tell Lil Pooh. Lil Pooh, man, welcome back. Give him hands. One of the rules we have is if you flunk the test, and you did, but then you won at the end, like it was law and grace, right?
Right.
You have to eat it. And so, Lil Pooh, man, we hate to do it to you, buddy. This is the worst thing you'll ever put in your mouth. I tell you what, though,
Actually, it's not second worst.
it is a second. We could have done the other.
The,
Let's help him out.
Yeah.
Let's me and you. Well, we're gonna do it together. So there's you some, and you eat yours. Let's just own 3. All right. We're gonna. Lil Pooh. We have to do this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Good. What do you think? Kind of good, no?
It's not as bad as I thought.
Oh, it is. It is. Your mother must not feed you well. Does your mother not feed you well?
Man, look how skinny he is.
Well, how would you get on the microphone here? Hand him the mic. How would you define this, Lil Pooh? Just give your own taste analysis.
A lot of peanut butter. That's like what I mostly taste.
A lot of peanut butter.
And I get what y'all get about the shoe. It kind of is.
It kind of it kind of is like a dirty shoe, right? The sort of taste to it. Right. Well, thank you. You go over there and enjoy. If you feel like you need to throw up, go down the hall to the bathroom. Don't do it here in the studio. So, man, thanks for having him. That's horrible.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for him now.
Now I feel like it's not Friday.
I feel like his mother-
we're on Monday again.
I feel like his mother doesn't feed him.
No.
Do you know?
I'm not
Should I
sure.
call somebody?
Probably.
I mean, he's over there eating like, can I have another one? This kid doesn't eat. Does she feed him? Like she gives him stuff, noodles and stuff?
Yeah, like little beans here and there.
Okay, well, keep an eye on that. That's scary. When you hand a kid in this generation that, and they're like, that's good. I wondered if his mom's even taking care of him, but
No,
she probably
does. She does take good
She's
care of him.
awesome. I know. I love her. She's so sweet, and I love Lil Pooh. Hey, you think we are gonna have him back?
Oh yeah, I think we should.
I'd like to have him on every Thursday
Yeah.
if we could. Like just he's sitting over to the side helping answer questions because the bro is brilliant,
He is brilliant,
and it was fun having him on.
and Lord knows I need the help.
We all do. Psalm 125. We're going to jump in and read it. Thanks for hanging out. It's so fun to have you back. I love having you back. I love what you're doing, all the new stuff you're doing. One more time for everybody. Bibles, Bros, and Brew. Thank you, man, for doing that.
Yeah.
I always get excited just because I love your passion. I love that you're always doing kingdom stuff, man. You said something really good. You preached this week, and maybe you can share it here because it may help people, of how the frustrations of your 20s, did you waste your life? And you kind of landed on, I didn't waste my life because I served the Lord and I pressed into God. So thank you for that, because I know we can always feel like, is what I do matter?
Right.
In the inner, but it does.
Right.
And so I want to thank you that what you do for God matters. Coming on here, helping me do this, man, you're pouring in. We make fun of Lil Pooh, Wyatt, but you pour into young people today. You pour your life into them. You help other people reach their dreams and visions. So thank you. It's a blessing to have people like you in the kingdom. I enjoy it. I always love hanging out with you. You make the whole thing fun. So they can catch you there at Bible Bros and Brews, and then also at shop.mybelieverschurch.com to pick up some merch that we're doing. And we got some good things coming up this summer. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you on the beach for a week.
Heck yeah.
We're going to be taking 50-something young people down to Florida
right.
together, so I'm looking forward to that. We got to come up with a plan. How are we going to pull that off down there? How will we do the Bible reading project in Florida?
Oh, dude, I think we need to take the Bible reading project on the road.
All right, so I want you to do that. Could you do it?
Oh, yeah.
Bible reading project on the road.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And maybe we could even do, this is not my lingo, we could even live feed it.
Oh, yeah.
Do live stories
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole week long on the beach together, just chatting about the Bible, banter on the beach.
Right.
Can you pull that off?
I think we can make it
You
happen.
pull it off, I'll show up.
All right.
Because I'm going with you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have fun. Last year I went, first time we did it, it was a blast. This is our second year in. It's so fun, man. I think we're full though, right?
Oh, yeah.
I would love to say, hey, jump on board. We packed it out. Because people want to hang out with you, right? People want to come hang out on the beach with us.
Yeah.
And one more question. Are we going to have banter time on the beach?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, if y'all come out midnight tonight, we're going to be on the beach bantering. Or you got all these rules, we got to be in bed with the lights out.
Oh, no, man. We're going to banter.
I bet there's no other camp around that says, all right, banter on the beach at 1 a.m. Right?
Show up if you want.
Right? Usually it's like, turn your phones in, turn the lights off, it's bedtime.
Yeah.
Not us.
Right.
Bantering on the beach at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Looking at the moon. Flat Earth. Yeah, we don't go there. All right. We make people mad. Let's jump in, man. Psalm 125. I'm excited about it. Just so everybody, we're what, like, I think we said we're like 5 weeks out from finishing the Psalm. So we hung in there. We ditched Revelation quick.
Yeah, it was depressing.
We're going to do Revelation. We're 3 chapters in, like, nope, we're done.
Crying.
Oh, I didn't even like reading it. Crying, blood, heads chopped off. And so we ditched that, but we hung in on this, man. We took the Psalms, Psalm 125. Tell everybody where we're going to go next, though, what
Yeah,
we're going to be
talk
doing.
about the red letters of Jesus.
Red letters of Jesus. I cannot wait.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Because one thing we're going to change up a little bit is we are going to talk a little more theology.
Yeah.
We are going to talk a little more how this culture is probably antithesis to the words of Jesus.
Right.
And we're going to be talking a lot about culture, what's going on in politics, what's going on in this generation, how do we merge the Bible to bring the Bible back into the North Star that it needs to be.
Yeah.
So I cannot wait to do that with you. It's going to be fun.
I agree.
And Robin was on here last week. We had a meeting today, and we're going to be launching out a podcast called Date Night.
Nice.
And just doing relationship stuff. So I cannot wait to do that, husband-wife stuff and parenting stuff. So it's going to be good. And I'm sure we'll have you on that. And
Yeah,
so
I need to come on, and I'll just be the guy that
you're coming on as our kid.
Yeah,
you're coming on as a kid.
Just
yeah.
be
Single
annoying.
kid.
I just
Single kid.
do the annoying thing.
You could live in my basement. That would even be better.
That would be better.
You could just come live in my house, live in the basement, and it would be real.
Right.
You know, like, how old are you? 45, 47, 46?
I'll be 47 this year.
47. You look good for 47.
thank you.
Psalm 125. Let's jump in. It's a Friday. Those who trust in the Lord are as secure as Mount Zion. They will not be defeated, but will endure forever. Just as the mountains surround Jerusalem, so the Lord surrounds his people, both now and forever. The wicked will not rule the land of the godly, for then the godly might be tempted to do wrong. O Lord, do good to those who are good, whose hearts are in tune with you, but banish those who turn to crooked ways, O Lord, and take them away from those who do evil. May Israel have peace. Verse 3 blows my mind. I don't get it. The wicked will not rule the land of the godly, for then the godly might be tempted to do wrong. Where are godly leaders today in politics? Because few and far between. Why? Why don't we see true godly men and women rising up? I know they're there. I'm not saying they're not there.
Yeah.
They're definitely not glorified. If anything, they're vilified.
Yep.
You know, as probably.
But yeah, why aren't they more prominent than they probably should be?
Yeah, the wicked won't rule the land of the godly. So that brings me down to this. Then is America godly anymore?
Yeah, I guess I would just, my opinion is I would refer back to verse 1, that those who trust in the Lord are secure as Mount Zion. I don't think that we're secure in our trust in God. Right. And so if I'm not secure in who I am, then I won't do things that will cause me to go out and, for lack of a better word, go out and walk on the water, because now I'm exposed. And so I'm just going to shrink back.
So you're passionate about Jesus, right?
Yep.
We made a joke up in January. You went up at the inauguration in that time when there were kind of Trump was coming out. You went up. You were at the Capitol. Why do you think more young people your age and under aren't really driven to go do politics? Would you ever get in it?
Yeah, I think I would.
All right. Other than a call of God, right? Do you feel like a lot of Christians just feel like it's hopeless and they don't do anything about it? Or what do you think's happening in the air concerning Christians being bold with politics? Because it sure does feel like the ungodly are ruling.
Yeah.
Sure does feel like the ungodly are in charge of the country right now.
Right.
What's your opinion, and how do you think we fix it?
Yeah, I think it's like, I think there's a lot of reasons why it doesn't seem like there are Christians in politics. I think part of it is that a terribly progressive doctrine has entered the church. So those that claim to be Christian do have progressive politics, and they do get into politics. So I think there is that. And so, but then also I think why Christians shrink back is maybe they don't feel a call of God, or there's no real prominent Christian leaders like pastors in the church that persuade people. The people that are leading the movement in the church, they are persuading people to be a part of their movement and lead in the church rather than, well, why don't we go influence our community? Which I think you need both, but I don't think there's really a voice out there saying, hey, well, let me empower you to go serve the whole community,
Right.
versus now my church is serving the community.
Right. I mean, it's just a weird thing of, I think we look at it now and go, what can we do to change it, right?
Yeah.
I think maybe a better thing is ask, how did it change? How did we get here? And I think you go back, we got here one day at a time.
Yeah.
With a little bit of laziness, a little bit of I'm doing other stuff other than the kingdom, a little bit of I got a lot going on, I don't really have time, a little bit of, they removed prayer, a little bit of, they took the Bible out of the curriculum. And it just never felt that bad when it happened. It's like, it was such little changes over time. The curriculum shifted a little. They won't let us pray at the flagpole. They kind of give us a little carrot, and we have national prayer at the flagpole day. Yay, Christians. And now, while we sit here now, and it doesn't feel slow anymore. It feels like a downhill run. Of how much the world is jamming liberal ideology down the throats of kids. But I felt like it started in such a slow erosion that we ended up with a generation of adults and parents who we had eroded God so out of their life slowly that you don't really even know God's gone. But then those children start being raised to where God is so eroded that now God almost just becomes absent, not eroded. And once God is absent, you just flood knowledge, knowledge. And so now we look at it and go, man, it seems like every month we're on a downhill ride here. Like it's happening exponentially. And so now you grab on as a Christian, it's like you're holding on. What do we do? And I think we do exactly what it started, one day at a time. So whatever your 50 feet is, will you be bold enough to take one, maybe start a prayer at a school, maybe take a Bible to school, maybe read it at the lunchroom. But yet it just doesn't feel that one person doing one thing really matters. And yet it does, because one person did one thing, which was let's get the Bible out of schools. One person did one thing, let's shut down prayer. One person does one thing, and now here we are exponentially removed from those one persons who did one thing. I know I saw a thing yesterday about Martin Luther King. Man, he's preaching civil rights, and somebody was like, dude, if he was alive today, his mind would be blown about what they're teaching with critical race theory, which is so far removed from what he was trying to do. The content of character versus the color of your skin. And all we did is just push him away, give him a holiday, clap for the holiday. You can get out of school and all the banks are closed. There's our little holiday for black people to make them proud. Maybe even give them a whole month and celebrate a whole race of people. While I give those carrots out, I slowly come around the back and I start teaching racism again, critical race theory again. I start pulling people to hate each other again. And I love what the person said. The person said if Martin Luther King woke up today and walked, he would be shocked at where the movement has gone in our culture to just stir back up hatred and racism among, getting us fighting each other. And I think it's true. I think you just feel like what do I matter?
Right.
And maybe Rosa Parks, I'm a big civil rights history buff. Maybe she felt like, what does it matter if I sit here? But she did.
Right.
What does it matter if I walk across this bridge? But they did.
Right.
And so I think we as Christians got to get back to, rather than saying, does it really matter? We just got to put it into action.
That's good.
We just got to pray rather than asking, does it matter if I pray? We'll just pray.
One step at a
Yeah,
time.
one step at a time. Man, we start going back to the house of God. We start praying. We start reading the Bible. We teach a generation what you're doing now, pouring into young kids. And I know that can feel hopeless sometimes, but you just keep doing it. 1 turns into 2 to 5 to 10 to 1,000 to hundreds of thousands, and we can turn a nation back, right?
Amen.
One step at a time. You got a thought on that?
Yeah, in the story of prayer being removed from schools actually started here in our city,
In Douglasville.
in the 1980s. They used to pray before every football game, and one parent or student got offended, and that they were praying before the football game, and took it to the local court, and then it eventually made its way all the way to the Supreme Court. So it was banned in Douglas County. Well, then lawyers and things from all over the nation started getting afraid and said, okay, well, so that this doesn't happen to us, we're just going to remove it.
Yeah, sure.
And then it swept the whole nation. So it was just one person
Here in Douglasville.
Here in Douglasville.
I think about 6 miles from here.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Got offended, and so they made an action. And I guess really the challenge is, will you be so offended at the godlessness in your community, in your 50 feet, that you will take action?
Yeah. Yeah, you'll stand up and do something about
Right.
it. Well, that's why I'm glad God called us here, man, on this corner in the
Right.
middle of this generation to do something about it.
Amen.
Thank you for hanging out with me all week. So glad to have you back. I appreciate it. And thank all of you guys and gals for hanging out with us.
Yes.
We appreciate it. We want to remind you, read your Bible every single day. Zero excuse. It really does make a difference. Little things over a long period of time can have a big impact. We love you. See you next week.
Now I got to go wash the stink bar out of my mouth.